Hello everybody, welcome back to my Tribulations of the Mage devlog series. And for this devlog, I'm going to be going over some adjustments and changes / improvements I've made on some previous systems that I've worked on in the past. So yeah, let's get right into it. So as you can probably notice right here, I added this box collision, which was a spear. I might change it back. And the purpose of this sphere collision that I put on basically the parent AI and just adjusted depending on the child AI size. But yeah, the point of this box collision is just to help prevent the enemies from kind of clumping up together, or like when fighting. I spent hours trying to make a system, but the videos I found online kind of didn't work with the system I already had in place. And I saw one suggestion is just put a box collision to help prevent that. So I'm just going with that for now. I even tried making stuff like EQS, but it ended up kind of being basically the same as the other stuff I've had, at least in the behavior tree like this strafe. I try to implement it right here, as you can see right there. But yeah, like I said, I spent hours on this, and I didn't really get anything satisfying. And I couldn't really find a good solution that worked with my system, or didn't, or at least the system. Some of the stuff I did find I would have to completely redo it. So I'm just going with this box collision for now. Obviously, when I start doing more level design, I can kind of control the enemies, and ensure that I don't have the problems. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the box collision. I'll show you a kind of example of it. Let's try to get into combat. As you can see right here. So just try to get him to move around me more, not clump up as much. Like I said, I'll change the stuff and tweak it. And then, these guys blocking right now. While I'm doing all that, let me actually go to the behavior tree, because I actually did something different with the blocking. So in an attempt to try to improve the AI, I actually had to have it so that in the block chance it will check the health. The way I did is basically I just check, get the health and get the max health times by 0.5 to get. That's just my attempt to get half of it. And then if the enemy is less than or equal to half health, set the block chance to be higher. Right now I have at 75. The base is at 20. So that was just my attempt to try to make the AI smarter. So just to reiterate, I have it so that if the AI gets below half health, the AI will essentially attempt to block more. So let me try to get an example of that. Let me just get it to half real quick, or below half. I'm gonna do its attack. As you see, it's now starting to block more because it is at low health. So that's just my attempt to make the AI just a little bit smarter. As you can see right there. And then I got it while it wasn't blocking. Or yeah, I got it while I was strafing. So that's it. Yeah, like I said, that's just to make the AI smarter. So that's on the enemy side. To reiterate, I added a box collision to the AI just to cause it, or just to prevent enemies from clumping too much. Later down the line, I'll probably work more on the acceptable radius in the behavior trees, or the box mesh, to try make combat a little bit better. And then I made it so that at least for the fishman, it will block, or if the fishman is below half health, it will block more often, or it has a higher chance of blocking. So that's just a change that I made to the enemy AI, or the at least for the fishman side. Now let's get into some stuff I did with UI. So let me click out all the enemy stuff real quick. So let's go into the character portrait, and as you can see, there is two essentially blank portraits, or this is a progress bar, and this is like a picture image. We have these two are blank, and then as you saw while I was playing, they're empty. And now let me give you an explanation. This is the ultimate spell progress bar, and this is the spell image. And what I ended up doing is I added them away so that the image for the ult bar and the ultimate spell will change depending on what spell or ultimate spell the player has. I'll just give a quick demonstration. Over here we have the invincibility ultimate spell. Pick it up. I actually made a quick little thing in pixel art, not really that good, but it's just a placeholder for right now. So as you can see, that ultimate spell is picked up, and now I have the invincibility. I activate it, and just as I did in the I showed in the last video, invincibility works. Now let me pick up the lightning storm spell, and as you can see, it is now the rain of lightning ability. And then I'll save the game and just put an enemy in real quick. Let's see. Let's put a fishman in. And then, as you can see, works the same way as lightning spell. And then, let me restart and get the enemy out. And now for the spell side, here's a new spell that I will be showing in a later video called Earth Spikes. I learned it. I had the spell in there. I can activate it. Now let me pick up Magic Bolt. And as you can see, the spell is different and the image is different. Now the way I did this is that I actually I added in two variables called Ultimate Spell Image and then Spell Image, which are just objects. And the way this works is, let me go into the Earth Spike spell interact. So when the player interacts with a spell, it will actually set the player's spell image variable to the desired image. As you can see right now, it's because this is the Earth Spike spell, I have the Earth Spike image for it. So when the player interacts with it, the image will be set, and then that will be the variable in the player will be set to that image, and then that image variable will be set into the basically the style or the appearance. And it will change the image on here, which is why these are blank, because when the player interacts with the spells, it will change and adjust accordingly to whatever this spell image variable is. And then that is put into the save game right here. This is it's I got it from the player. I have it set, and then I save it from the player as well, and just have it set in here. And then I don't know if I went over this last video. I don't know, might not have. But I also made a ultimate spell visibility, which is just the same as spell visibility. We'll check if the ultimate spell is supposed to be visible to the player. But yeah, that's how I did the images for it. I just have it so that when I interact with it, it will set the image variable in the player to whatever desired image is, as you can see right there and right there. Same for the ultimate spell, as you can see right here. So that's just more feedback for the player. And I think this is the last thing I want to talk about is that I was actually able to fix a problem. I know in the Rain of Lightning, I talked about the enemies not dying or spell not working if it's above 100, if the damage is above 100. I actually found a problem while I was trying to get the combat system, and while I was experimenting with the Earth Spike spell, I found that the damage was being doubled for both the player and the enemy. And the reason I found that out is because I actually had a event any damage and event point damage. And I made a mistake, but I was trying to do the point damage, but I accidentally did the let me go in here. So the reason why I had the event any damage as well as a point damage is because let me find the spell. Oh yeah, right here. So I actually made a mistake where no, actually it wasn't a player, my bad. Alright, my bad. So while I was implementing the ultimate spell system, I made a mistake where instead of doing a event apply damage or a apply point damage node, I did a event point damage, And I kind of got confused, and because I see it kind of goes here. So I got confused, and I thought I couldn't do point damage more than once. But I figured out that I just had to do the apply point damage, where I was just doing the wrong node. And because I had a event point damage and a event any damage the player would take would be double the amount, which is the same for the enemy. Let me play the let me open up the parent enemy and find the let me get in the event graph. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so the problem was that because I had two damage events, damage would be double for both the player and the enemy. And I see I unhooked it, but any damage that the enemy took would be double because I had a point damage event as well. So I was just able to fix it by just unhooking this. So now the damage is fixed for both the player and the enemy. And that's essentially all the changes and improvements I've made so far. In the next video, I'm going to be going over the Earth Spike spell and how I got that to work, and I'm going to show you a little demonstration. So next video, I'm going to be going over the Earth Spike spell. And so, I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.